How y'all doing? Good morning as we slip the night away. What's going on, man? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Doing. I got on the black. I got options today. Haven't seen this one in a while. Haven't seen the black. I got options in a while. I'm trying to get this phone to stand up. Haven't seen the black. I got options in a while. I pulled it out in haste this morning. Good morning, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it is not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, which is probably not, excuse me, because Spider Gang, they've been pulling up on a regular basis. So I'm pretty sure it's not your first time. But if it is your first time here on the live, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time, please allow me to still say welcome. But I also want to give those who come here every single day, or at least on a consistent basis, a nice hearty, well, thank you for always pulling up. I know how hard it is, especially to pull up every day and listen to some guy just run his mouth. I'm nobody. I'm just I'm regular dagular. Just some guy from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who just learned the skill and decided to get on Al Gore's internet to share it with everyone. And I'm just so thankful that anybody would tap in. And let me explain the reason why I'm so thankful. A lot of people think, hey, he's thankful because he's trying to get his channel to grow. He wants to be a YouTuber at his big old grown age. That's not it at all. The reason why I'm so thankful is because I'm trying to reach as many people as possible to share the knowledge of trading and investing for absolutely free. And because you keep tuning in and because you keep coming back every day, right? It's reaching more and more people. So if you don't tune in, if you don't hit like, if you don't come back, if you don't watch it, if you don't look at a large amount of the video, the algorithm, it notices all of that stuff. And then the more you do that, the more it shows it to other people. And then the more you share it with other people, the more new people can come. So it's organic growth. And I don't have to waste any money trying to promote the videos. And then if I waste money promoting the videos, then I got to figure out how am I going to recoup that cost. And then I got to figure out this and that. But because of you, it grows organically. It grows organically. So I thank you. Because all I need is one. I don't care if it was just one. I don't care if I had one subscriber. As long as there's one person paying attention to what I'm saying, I'm going to keep getting on Al Gore's internet and sharing my journey. Now, in case you are still here through all of that and you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day, twice a day, Monday through Friday, that is. Once in the morning at 9 a.m. or so, Eastern Standard Time. Once again in the evening at 6:30 p.m. or so, Eastern Standard Time, to share my thoughts on the SPY, the ES, the SPX, anything you want, however you want to call the market. That's what I share my thoughts on, just so I can help someone like you get your aha moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. I need me a soundboard like Wall Street Trapper. I need me a soundboard like Wall Street Trapper. If anybody want to send me a soundboard, my P.O. box is P.O. box. I ain't gonna say that because people might start writing me for real. Start sending me stuff for real. Excuse me. But if y'all want to, go ahead. Do like the people who found my email address and go find my P.O. box and send me a soundboard so I can do like Wall Street Trapper. That was good. I got all this equipment up here. I need to what's that? But y'all won't be able to hear it because I'm using it through StreamYard, so I can't share the sound like that. What am I doing? Oh, excuse me, y'all. Good morning, y'all. While I go share my screen, good morning. Oh, Marcia, first one in the chat today. What's up, Marcia? Marcia. You remind me of a West Side Story. Marcia Beat here to learn and share out today. Marcia Beat here to learn and share out today. Shout out to everybody here to learn and share. We got Linda. We got in here. We got Audrey in here. We got Angela in here. We got Tiffany in here. We got Thomas in here. We got Sonya in here. We got Hines in here. We got some more people in here. Let's get to it, man. I went to sleep last night and I slept for a while, so I couldn't fall asleep last night. Well, later on in the evening. So, who wants to take a guess at what time I went to sleep this morning? Because it wasn't last night. Who wants to take a guess at what time I finally went to bed during the dark time? Let's do that. Put it in the chat if you want to take a guess at what time I went to bed. As I share my screen and we get into it. Oh, by the way, is my banner set up? No, it's not. Let me set my banner real quick so that I can welcome y'all to the overnight price action for April the 5th, 2023. Overnight price action for April the 5th, 2023. That's right. We have officially started the second quarter of the year. I'm sorry, y'all. Ignore that. I was trying to edit the banner and I accidentally clicked on it. So ignore that. This is the overnight price action. 3 a.m. Nope. 4 a.m. like you. Nah. Why you going to sleep at 4 a.m. when you got to go to work? Hey, nah, you got nice little Steve Harvey mustache there going on. Got a nice little Steve Harvey mustache going on with the bald head. I see you. Nah. I went to sleep at 5 a.m. I got up from my computer and I went and laid down in bed. It was 5 a.m. when I walked to my bedroom to go to bed. 5 a.m. Before we get into the price action, let's go over here and holler at our homegirl. Y'all know who she is. If you look right over here where my mouse is hovering on the screen, you'll see that I'm hovering right there next to something that says SPY. What is the SPY? The SPY is the ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500. Around here, we call it SPY Lean. We even wrote a song for it. Want to hear it? Here it go. Could you throw the single with me if you know the words? Spotty, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you came through. Spotty, ooh, girl, what you about to do? Spotty about to gap down about 65 cents as of right now. Slight gap down. But we get up a slight gap down. And this melodious, hey, you know what I just noticed? Even the fake pages tap into the IG live. I just look down and you know how like when you see a picture of people that you know, right? When you see a people, it catch your attention. And I saw a picture of Mark and his wife, but the name next to it is not the real name. So even the fake pages be tapping into the live for a quick second. I guess to see what's going on. I wonder if they trying to record this thing right here on like so that they can play it back and pretend like it's real. If you're on IG, come to YouTube. That's why I hate IG. It's so, oh man. Anyway, what was I saying? We gap down, man. We ain't been looking at Spalini in some days. Cause look here, I ain't update these lines since what day is this? Last Thursday, right? Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Yes, man. Okay, so I see we've come back down into this area right here, which we call a Bessie on the spy. Yesterday we came back down into that Bessie on the spy. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday or not, but whenever, let's switch over to the ES so I can get this thought out of my head proper like. ES, where you at? ES, where you at? For those who want to know the time frames, I'm looking at a daily chart right now. And what I want to point out is that on Monday, if you will, right? We spoke of that we anticipate. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever noticed that when I speak of what's discussed on the show, I always say we, and I'm the only one doing the talking? The reason why I say we is because I try to make it an interactive time where you give me your feedback, right? And even if you're not giving me your feedback, I'm including the entire group, right? And I say we, so that once you get your aha moment, right, your mind is already accustomed to hearing people give you the credit you deserve for understanding what you see. So that's why I always say we. We talked about this. We said that. We anticipated this. I always say we, because I'm helping your subconscious already accept the fact that you know what you're doing and you see it correctly and you understand it correctly. And even if it doesn't go the way you anticipated to go, you have the skills and the know-how and the knowledge to go back through the price action and see what you missed. That's one little mustard seed that you overlooked. That's why I always say we. Now, back to the regular scheduled program. So, On Monday, we were talking about, we anticipate there to be a higher high made on Tuesday, to have a turnaround Tuesday, to continue to sell down throughout the week. Doesn't have to sell down the entire week, but sell down, because little Timmy Rogers really wants price to get down here around this fair value gap, preferably this fair value gap right here, into this mitigation block right here, right inside this breaker right here, right? Because that's, I sent out the thing saying that will be a valuable pullback. I can't remember if I shared it with the world. Yes, I did. I shared it with the world, because that's when the person asked me the question on Twitter that really got on my nerve. Yes. So anticipating that to happen. Now, this is when I hate, this is what I hate sometimes. The market will not give you a clear indication of what it wants to do. But Tim, what are you talking about? It looked like it's doing what you wanted to do. It went up, made a new higher high, and then it started to pull back. Had a red day, and now this day is starting off red too. Look like it's doing exactly what you wanted to do. Thank you for that, little Timmy Rogers. Thank you. I always appreciate you tapping in. Wasn't expecting you that time, but I appreciate it. Now, the reason why I said it's not giving me anything clear is because, yes, yesterday, notice, we took out this right here. What is this that we took out yesterday? Right? No need to put it in the chat. I'm putting it there. I'm putting it there. That's a rhetorical question, right? Right? But we also took out this. What is that we took out? What is that we took out? In one day. We took out both. Let me make it bigger in case you can't see it. I'm going to make it big in case you can't see it. Right? Because I know I'm looking at like a 45, 50, like, what is this? Like a 45-inch monitor. It's huge to me. So we took out buy side and we took out sell side. We took out both. I don't know if I made them the same size. Yes, I did. The buy side just looked bigger. I don't know. We took out both buy side and sell side in the exact same day. The exact same day. When price takes out buy side and sell side in that same time period, right? Now I have to, I can't really do anything. I can't really anticipate anything, because now I need the market to show me what it wants to do, right? If it would have just taken out the buy side, right, and came back down and stopped short of taking out this sell side, right? Just come close to it and don't take it out. Then, especially with this long wick off the top of that running that buy side, then I can at least anticipate the draw to be down here to the sell side, right? But when we take the buy side and reject off of it, and turn around and take the sell side and reject off of it, look at that's almost symmetrical rejections, right? Let me move my arrow out, my line up. Look at this. That's almost symmetrical rejections. Look at those wicks. How am I to interpret that? It's 9:26. The market is about to open. I think we may have had some news this morning. I know we got something coming up at 9:45, 10 o'clock, I think. Something with ADP. Let's check that really quickly. And going to shoot through the price action really quickly. Then we're going to call it Wednesday. ADP, yes, was at 815. Okay, we had international trades at 830. Okay, PMI final, PMI composite final at 945, and ISM services index at 10. So 9:45, 10 o'clock is the next pieces of news that we got. That's going to be interjected. Is what I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. The next piece of news that we got to look forward to. All right, look forward to. What if? Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I guess y'all talk about something in the chat. I don't know. Thanks for what, Tranisha? I guess y'all talk about something in the chat. Good morning to everybody that I didn't say good morning to already. Got 3 minutes before the market open. Let's go ahead and drop. We're gonna just drop down to let's go down to 5-minute candles and see what happened. See what happened. See what happened. See what happened. Boom, boom. See what happened. Boom, boom. Okay. 1818. This is where we close. We close. I keep looking up at the top because I keep forgetting that I moved my 1600. That's the New York close right there. This is the last candle. So that's the New York close right there. And then this is the last hour right here where we opened up there. Boom, 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 boom. I guess I should have this stuff on there already, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Last candle there. All right. To where we are now. 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 I'll leave the dollar there. I don't mind if the dollar hangs out with us while we talk. Okay, so we had a small little consolidation period up until midnight, right? Small little consolidation period up until midnight here, and then start to sell off just a little before midnight. This is midnight right here. All right, let's mark midnight. Let's mark midnight. Let's mark midnight. We're gonna make midnight. Midnight is gonna be. Midnight is going to be. The market is open. The market is open. The market is open. If you got to go trade, please trade safely. If you're not going to trade, please take a copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today. I'll see you at 6:30 for the price action recap. Yes, I will. I'll see you at 6:30 for price action recap. Oh, my bad. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, Tranisha. I'm 50 years old. I ain't had much sleep. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. You been hanging out with Robinson too much. Appreciate that New York morning session trade insight. Share yesterday, top notch. I shared something yesterday on the trade. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. No. You've been Rob Robinson too long. You've been Rob. Let me get off my line. Okay, here we go. We got midnight here. And so we had a between the Sydney and Asian Open, we had, you know, a little small range going. Then just before midnight, we started to sell down a little bit, continue to sell down after midnight, um, moving all the way up until 2, right? Moving up into 2. Had a, you know, slight little sell down, moving up into 2, right? And then we around 2 o'clock, we started to push back up. I was up. I was up. I came in here at right around a little after 2. I got out the shower, and it was a little after 2. I came in here because when I remember it was a little after 2 because I told my boys, I said, "Hey, it's 2:04. Come on, man. I know y'all on spring break, but it's 2:04. Time for bed." That's why I know it was a little after 2, right? And so I sat down, started looking at the market, and as you see, we came down and we made a low right here, right? And I'm looking, and I'm like, can this be maybe a regular London protraction, right? A regular London protraction. We had a small range um for the Asian in Sydney, right? And then right after midnight, we started to sell down. And then around 2 o'clock, we made a low and got like this rejection off of something, right? And I'm like, can this be London protraction? So at that point, right, I was looking for a nice just blast off above these highs over here, right? Just a nice blast off to look for a reason to buy in this area, right? We never got a nice blast off, right? We never got a nice blast off. So I was like, this fair value gap right here doesn't really entice me to buy because we didn't get a blast off. And if you look down here on the dollar, right? Right around this area right here, yes, we have the divergence going on right there on the dollar, right? The ES is taking off, right? But the dollar is not dropping. It is just flat, right? It's flat. So there's divergence, right? There's divergence there. So if this is taking off, right, and this is just flat, right? Now I'm wondering, like, hey, can I trust this fair value gap? The divergence is there. So can I trust it? So this is the stuff that's running through my head. And these are the questions that, you know, you ask yourself as you're looking at the charts. And then you have to start leaning on the tools that you've like. This is the stuff that nobody can teach you, like just in a video of sharing, like what a fair value gap is, what a breaker is, nobody can just teach you this stuff. And I don't know why I'm doing it over here when I got Trading View and I could just add them to the screen. Yeah, I'm so sorry for what I was just doing. Let's just add in the NQ and let's add in the YM, right? We're gonna squanch the dollar down real quick, right? So where were we? Where were we at? We were here. No, wait a minute. 2 o'clock. Yes, here. We were here. The screen just look different now. Let me spread it out so I can see what a going on. All right. So, oh yeah, we're trying to figure out if we can trust this fair value gap right here, right? So we're looking for the tools, right? We start reaching for our tools, and we're trying to see, can we trust this fair value gap to buy off of, right? So we start looking at our tools that we've used. We look back, right? Say, where are we? We closed here, right? This is where we closed. Right? We closed there. That's where we closed. So we're right at where we closed, right? And we formed the fair value gap. I hate when it shrinks up on me like that, right? So We're right at, come on, dang. We're right at where we closed, and we've created a fair value gap right there, right? And we're trying to see, can we trust that fair value gap, right? Can we trust that fair value gap? Well, let's see. We're right at where we closed, right? We got some divergence on the DXY, right? The DXY is showing divergence, right? Right? The DXY is showing divergence, but the ES has not given us a nice, healthy Panyao. The Panyao is missing, right? The Panyao is missing. So since the Panyao is missing, I, Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., am willing for this fair value gap right here to be the one that got away. I'm willing for this to be the one that got away. And why am I willing to let this be the one that has got away? One, because the Panyao is missing, right? The Panyao is missing. But what does the Panyao, when we get the Panyao, the majority of the times, what does that Panyao afford us to have in the trade without having to try to dig through the price and look at every low and every high inside this consolidation? Interactive time. Put it in the chat. What does that Panyao introduce into the trade? The most of the time, not every single time, but when we wait for price to do what every piece of the model requires, that Panyao, it introduces something the majority of the time that we don't have to dig through this price section with a fine-tooth comb. Yes, I love it. It introduces the breaker. The majority of the time when we get that Panyao, it's not going to, yes, the Panyao is the tipping of the hand, right? The Panyao doesn't give the bias. No, it doesn't give the bias. The bias is already there. We already got our bias, right? We already got our bias, right? But the Panyao, if you like to just trade back and forth without a bias, looking for that Panyao will allow you to take it'll let you gauge, do I got enough room to go in and take out at least 5 points without even having a bias? So the bias is already there beforehand. So the Panyao just helps us identify it. Our antennas pop up. I don't know why I put up antennas like a little roach, but our antennas pop up to say, hey, is this time to get ready to go in? Right? So, yes, that you start reaching for your tools so that you don't hastily jump into, because your PD array will form in a way that you want it to, but it's not time to go in. And right here, now, we have the benefit of hindsight, but when you're watching price candle by candle, this is the stuff you have to rely on, and you have to be okay with you have to be okay with missing moves. You cannot expect to get every move. If you try to get every move, you will lose a lot of money. Less is more. Besides the fact that God is good, I can honestly say that because I have started being extremely selective with my trades when I got to go on full screen for this. Because I have started being extremely selective with my trades when I'm putting real money on the line, is besides the fact that God is good, is paramount in the fact that in 2023, thus far in 2023, I have not had a losing trade when real money is on the line, be it futures or options. Because less is, if you try to take every move, you will lose a lot of money because you're over trading. Less is more. The market will always give an opportunity. This is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Do not try to get rich overnight. I fell into that trap and I lost a lot of money trying to chase the bag, trying to be a millionaire in 6 months. Yes, 2020, a lot of people made a lot of money and they made it so sexy to get 6 figures in 3 months and walk away from your job in 90 days and go out there and get one YOLO trade and walk in and cuss your boss out. But 2020 was an anomaly in the stock market. Will it ever happen again? I don't know, and I don't care. But less is more. Less is more now. So at this point, I was totally okay with letting this fair value gap be the one that got away. Why? Because we did not have a payout, right? We were just right back here where we closed at, right? If I squanch it up some, look how it looked when I squanch it up. It don't even look appealing when I squanch it up. All right. But that's neither here nor there. Right. And then when you look, only thing we did was come back down to a bullish fair value gap right here. Right. So we came down to a bullish fair value gap, rejected off of that, and then we pushed back up. So is it time for it to reverse? Did we take out a higher time frame sell side liquidity? No, we didn't. Right. So again, I'm okay with letting this be the one that got away, because all we did was come down to an imbalance. Right. We didn't come down and take out sell side and reject off of taking out a sell side. We just came down to an imbalance and then rejected off of it and pushed back up. If we had come down and taken out a higher time frame sell side and got that rejection like that right there, you know, that would have landed a little bit more enticingness, if you will, to maybe reversing. But we didn't take out a higher time frame sell side. We didn't get like a ping out. There's no clear breaker just sitting in there where you don't have to dig through every low and high and low. Like, is this a break? Is this a high or low? Is that a break? You ain't got to guess. I'm okay with letting that go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, the news just came out. I'm running my mouth because we got news and stuff. What did the market do at 9:40? Was it 9:45? We probably been getting the news. Was it 9:45? I thought it was 9:45. Was it 9:45? Econo Day. Wait a minute. What did I type? What did I type? Wednesday. Yes, 9:45. Final PMI, final service PMI, and then 10 o'clock. Okay. Yep, 9:45. Got a little blip, small little blip, pushed up. Right, did we go wick for wick, or did we get an entry drill? The high on the candle, 41.24. The high on this candle, 41.24. Tick for tick to this bearish fair value gap right there on the 5-minute. Still consolidating. Still consolidating. Not doing anything right now. Not doing anything right now. Okay. What was I running my mouth about? Oh, we were still back here around 2-something in the morning, and I was just talking about letting that be the one that got away. Okay, so yada yada yada. Bob's your uncle. All of that I talked about. I was just sharing that for anybody who don't know why I went into all that. Oh, pay attention to this right here. Pay attention to this right here. Divergence. We got divergence going on. The NQ has been dropping since 9:15. That'll be the 9:10 candle. So since the 9:10 candle, 9:15 on this trader, the NQ has been dropping like it's hot. And the Dow has been popping like a thought. I just made that up. I'll tell y'all, man, I speak extemporaneously. So for those in the back who missed it, the NQ been dropping like it's hot. And the Dow has been popping like a thought. And the ES is a red-headed stepchild in the middle and consolidating. This appears to be the story of this week. Be very, very careful. This has been the story of this week. We have been having divergence amongst the 3 indexes, which has been causing the ES to just be stuck in very tight ranges. So be very careful. Be very careful. Oh, and like I was about to say, I don't know if it's the old man in me, or I don't know if it's y'all already know, I want the Spider Gang to be made up of a group of like-minded individuals, traders, investors, whatever your time horizon for your stock market, I ain't gonna say purpose, but whatever you're using the stock market for, whatever time horizon you're looking at it, I want it to be a group of people, a group of like-minded people where you're coming together as a collective and we just talk back and forth. You're not coming here because you feel like, hey, Tim is just this wise guy. You know, I am a wise guy. Like I act a fool, but like, you know what I'm saying? Don't come here as if, you know, I'm Solomon, the most wise man in all of God's creation. Right? I want you to come here because we just having dialogue back and forth. So it's like now I try to focus more on like what you really need to be thinking about when you're looking at these candles. Like it's real easy to get on here and just share. ICT content. I mean, his concepts like this is a fair value gap, this is a breaker, price came back to this breaker, price came, but that don't explain to you when you're sitting there live looking at these candles. That don't teach you when you can really trust pulling that trigger and then and not and it go against you, and you don't doubt the concepts, right? If you don't have the understanding of why price is printing and why it's doing what it's doing, then you will start to doubt the concepts because you don't understand. You're taking a trade at a time you really shouldn't be taking a trade, because I don't know if you've noticed, like I be out on Al Gore's internet and I be looking at videos. Now, I ain't talking about the cow feet. I be looking at videos and people talk about ICT content and SMT and smart money concepts made easy. And you go look at these videos, right? And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say 9 times out of 10, they don't be showing you everything you need to be taken into account when you're taking that trade. So now that we've been doing this for a long time, all of the teaching stuff, the basics, they on the channel. They on ICT's channel. So now we've moved into the phase of this is what needs to be going through your mind when this price is doing this. And if that's not what you want, yep, it's still over there. So, and then as you see, and as I saw last night, right, I was perfectly fine with letting this go, right? And with the beauty of hindsight, we see that that was a very good decision, right? That was a very good decision because this is where we had closed at, right? And this right here, what was this line? Oh, this was the sell side that we had taken out the other day. Get out of here, line. This is where we had closed at. And if we had taken this trade, our stop loss wouldn't have needed to be at least below this swing low right here, right? And as you see, that turned out to be a very good decision, right? So we continue to sell down, consolidating down here after coming down below this low, taking out this short-term sell side. We continue to consolidate, and then right here around 7:30, yes, 7:30, we came back up into this potential order block here, right? What makes that a potential order block? We came down to an area of support, right? Came down to an area of support and then reversed a little bit, met with opposing liquidity, right? So that right there makes that a potential order block, right? One key thing to note that I like to note, not saying this is true or not, but whenever you come to a higher time frame area of support, let's just say if this swing low right here was also a higher time frame swing low, and you're met with opposing liquidity, that gives more strength to the possibility of that being an order block, coming down to a higher time frame area of support and being met with liquidity and then continuing on, right? That strengthens the potential of that to be a order block. So came back into the order block at 7:30, 7:35. Pushed down here at 8:15 when we got ADP numbers, right? So the algo used that news to come down, take out short-term sell side, go into this fair value gap, this BISI there, and then it went again and took out the buy side, came back into that same order block. So it used the news for the short term to take everybody off the board. Anybody who stops were above this short-term high and this short-term low, they were removed on the news. Everybody was taken out. Then we came down after clearing the board, resetting all the chips, came down, took out the sell side below the consolidation of this time frame, this period, should I say, from 3:40 in the morning up until 8:25, right? Took out the sell side below that after wiping everybody out of this short-term area there. Then we consolidated a little bit more as little Timmy Rogers ran his mouth. And then we're here where we are now, and we've pushed back up. And this is where we were talking about the NQ dropping and the Dow popping. And that's where we are. Does this inconsistent price action have anything to do with the fact that it's non-farm payroll this week? It probably could. It probably does. But I'm willing to say, right, I'm willing to say that it's more so the fact that we're going into a holiday weekend. I'm going to say it's more so the fact that we're going into a holiday weekend, because you always have to keep everything. I'm going to remove the charts. Now I'm done talking about the charts, right? You got to always keep everything in the back of your mind. Again, this is stuff that people can't teach you when they're talking about the latest and greatest ICT setups, right? So because of the fact that we're coming into the holiday weekend, we're going into the Easter weekend. Friday is Good Friday. The market's going to be closed. Historically, going into the Good Friday week, the Good Friday holiday, the market is a snooze fest, meaning the volume is lower, right? It's usually, when it's low volume is like a breeding ground for getting bust in the head, because with low volume, it takes less to make sporadic spikes and moves, because it's not a lot of volume. So if like a big, I wish the chart was up just then, so y'all could have saw what I was just talking about. As soon as that news came out, how the candle started moving like really fast. It shot up really fast just now and went above this high, then turned around and started coming back down really, really fast. Like, so it takes less to interject. Like I wish I had it up, because when I be talking, it's like God be like, I'm gonna give them an example. Right, but I didn't have the chart up. But as soon as I said it don't take much to create sporadic little moves, the candle was like, it like just started moving really fast, right? So when it's low volume, right, if just say a big order come in, that big order is going to make a weird spike, because it's like ICT says, like you just threw an elephant in the pool. Right, you just threw an elephant in the pool, so it's like the water gonna disperse quickly, like it's gonna disperse quickly. So when it's not a lot of volume in the market, and then you get this big order that come in, it's going to create like volatility real quick. So it's going to be, that creates the chop. So low volume coming into a holiday weekend, you know what I'm saying, the real people that's out there trading, they're not trying to do a lot. You know how it is when you at work and you getting ready to go into the weekend. The closer it get to the holiday weekend, the less stuff you be doing. You go taking long lunches. You at work just dancing like this right here by the water cooler for no reason. For no reason. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, you know what I'm saying, we going in, it's like a week where, you know, after Wednesday morning, you shouldn't even be trying to, you know what I'm saying, do anything anyway. So, but yeah, with all of that on top of each other, all the variables stacked on top. So, but me, I lean it more toward the fact that we're coming into, because it's a historical thing. You know how they always be like, historically, April is like the best month, one of the best months of the year. Historically, August is one of the worst months. Historically, September is like the worst month of the year. Historically, you got to keep all that stuff in it. Historically, it's all about sell in May and go away. So you got people who live by that. They buy from January to April, and then they sell in May and go away and don't come back to Labor Day. That's why they talk about the summer be like the summer doldrums or whatever they call it, where it's like not really a snooze fest. So it's like easy for the market to have those little spikes in the summer. Yeah, you know, Bob's your uncle. This probably why ICT said he taking off. He not going to, probably. It could be. It could be. Popping like a thought. Ugly divergence and 3. High Spider game. What you say, Rhonda? Look at Rhonda popping up in that's dope, man. See, man, that's kind of community I want to be a part of, man. Can I be a part of a community like, hey, Nikki, get off my screen. Hey, man, that's all I got. That's all I got. Hopefully, I was able to share something that spoke to someone's inner trader. Again, I've moved into the phase. You may have think it may sound like this was like planned out. It wasn't planned out. It's just one of them things where I try to be of value to as many people as possible. But I can't stay in the same place forever because it's not going to help people continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? We spent a whole lot of time on the learning phase. We spent a whole lot of time on the and matter of fact, just look at where Michael is himself, right? He spent years just teaching his concepts. He spent years teaching the core content. And now, this year in 2023, this just came to me just now, right? That's why sometimes I feel like, you know what I'm saying, me and Michael friends for real, because it's like, I get it. I don't know if it's cause I'm 50 and he 50. I think our birthdays are kind of close, but I get the way he moved. And 2023, it's been all about reading the price. Because until you sit down and read that price and start to understand how price delivers to those PD arrays, just understanding what those PD arrays are will never be enough. If you don't you can remember I shared the thing. with Dustin, with my financial advisor, he said if you close your eyes and just threw a dart, just bought at any point, right, and just held it for an hour every day. I've been on here for an hour because IG just shut down. I'm sorry for going so long, y'all. You had like a 50-something% chance of being right. You could just randomly go in and buy at any time and hold it for an hour, right? And you had a 50-something% chance of being right. So that means you could flip a coin. A coin only got two sides. 50% chance. You just flip a coin and just buy. 50% chance of being right if you held it for an hour. So you can know what PD arrays are. So you got a 50-50 chance of being right if you just jump in when you see it, right? But if you understand how and why the price is delivering to those different PD arrays, and you understand how to look at the other market, the other indexes, and then you understand how to look at the other markets. Hold up. Boys, hold on. Chris, what's I got to check the I got to look on the site. Look I'll look it up and look on your on your go to might be easier to do it. You can do it on the iPad. Look up holiday schedule, trash holiday schedule for Columbus. And it's like it might be kind of hard to find, but Friday is a holiday. And our trash pickup on Friday. So they usually pick up on the Wednesday before, like when it's a holiday. Look and see if they're gonna be off Friday. That means we got to take the trash to the street. I was trying to look outside to see if anybody else had theirs out there, because I heard a truck. I thought it was the trash truck. I'm about to get off live in a minute anyway. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, I missed Marcia's question. Marcia had, hey, get on there. Oh yeah, I didn't go back far enough. Do you understand the London Judy swing is the midnight to 02 move, the London Judy swing, or the 02 to, okay, that's that. If you saying the London Judy swing, if you talk about the regular protraction or the delayed protraction, okay, so the during the regular protraction, right? During the regular London protraction, right? You're gonna have, yes. Okay, so they're not okay. So the during the regular protraction, you have a small range for the Asian, right? And then the market pretty much right after midnight makes a beeline down or a beeline up, right? That's the Judy swing, right? Right after, and it's from like midnight up until 2-ish, right? Midnight up until 2-ish, right? Right before London open. That's the Judy swing for the regular protraction. For the London delayed protraction, you're going to have the tight range, and then around 2 o'clock-ish, then it's going to start making a beeline up or down. And that's going to be the Judas swing. So both of them, to answer your question, it's both. you know what I'm saying? From the midnight to 2 and from the 2 to 3, 4-ish. It's both. Both of them are the Judas swing, but it's 2 different profiles. You got the London regular protraction. That's when the Judas swing is going to be from midnight to 2-ish, right? And then the London delayed protraction, that's when the Judas swing is going to be from later, you know what I'm saying? I hate to put exact time, but much later than midnight, and it starts to take off like around 2-ish, right? Around 2-ish, it starts to take off. So that'll be the Judas swing. But you got to look at you got to look at all the other stuff that leads up into which profile it is, like the consolidated range, the this, and then you got to think about the times where you may not have a consolidated range, but it still gives you the delayed protraction or the regular protraction. So it's all about which profile that you've mapped out the data be, which one is the Judas swing, because they're both the Judas swing, depending on if it's a regular protraction or delayed protraction. I know I said the same thing 100 times, but hopefully I was able to help. And I'm sorry for missing that question, Marcia. Okay, I keep rewatching ICT video on this, and I can't grasp the concept. I rewatch it again and compare to the chart. Yes. It and the thing of it is, and I'm not saying you doing this. This is what I used to do. I try to make, and that's why I just said I hate to give it a time. I used to try to like make everything so absolute, but everything about once I start to kind of internalize that everything about the market is probabilities, right? I stopped trying to make it be so concrete on a specific time, outside of the fact that the algo wonders, right? The macro wonders, I mean. The macro wonders, that's the only thing I lock into a specific time, and like the time frame in which I want to trade, I lock that into specific times. But when it comes to like the market profiles or me looking for the moves, it's like relative. It ain't absolutes. So what I tend to do, right, and I'm just sharing this, right, what I tend to do is when I'm doing it, right, so that I don't get so caught up in let me move all this other stuff out of the way. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Right? I need none of this stuff. I need none of this. Right? Let's go. I'm just going to put it on hourly candles. Put it on hourly candles real quick. And let's see here. So, ignore the times. Ignore the times on this right here. Right? Ignore the times on this right here. It's kind of hard for me to. It's kind of hard for me to get it there. I was trying to. Okay. So ignore the times down here, and we're gonna just do like this right here, right? So, right, we're just gonna pretend like, right, we was trading, and we closed the day here, right? We closed the day here, right? And so we're gonna say, okay, we open up, we start the Asian session and the Sydney session, right? We're just gonna pretend like this is the Asian and Sydney session right here. Right? We're making this the Asian and Sydney session right here. Right? And then that's going to be midnight. Okay. And this is going to be midnight right here. Okay, so this is the Asian and Sydney session, right? Look tight, look consolidated range, right? This is midnight, right? And as soon as midnight hit, we start to sell down, right? We sell down, and we're going to call this right here 1, 2, 3, right? 3 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Right, this is midnight. Look at God. Look how it lined up perfectly right there. Right, I just picked this as the midnight line, and look at that 1, 2, 3. So now it's 3 o'clock. Right, small consolidated range. Just started selling off right after midnight. Right, 1, 2, 3. So now this is the 3 o'clock candle right here. Right, so this like 2 o'clock because it like started 2 o'clock. So this is the midnight candle. 1, 2. So this right here starts. Right, because on what's the name, this would be the 12 o'clock candle, but that's like 11 o'clock, right? So it's just selling right off. So right there, this the 2 o'clock candle right here. This candle closed at 3 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. That's why I said 1, 2, 3. Because I be thinking in Ninja Trader time, right? So boom, there you go, right there at the 2 o'clock candle. So now we hey, look at that. Bob's your freaking uncle. This is actually the time. This is actually the time. This is actually the freaking time. Look at that. Look at this. This is because I put this on that says 11 o'clock. I just noticed that. Right? That's the 12 o'clock candle right there. And then if I stretch that out and look right here, this is when the market opened that night. Right? We closed right here 1600. Right? Look, did I tell y'all when I be sitting up here doing something and God be like, look here, boom, there you go. Right? Y'all saw I just randomly scrolled back to an area, right, and just picked a spot that looked right, and then here it is. So, right. So right there, it's like you have like a tight little range right here. Matter of fact, this is the range right there because this is the range right here because this is the 12 o'clock candle right there. So that's the range, a tight little range right there. And then at 12 o'clock, it started to sell off right there. So now, boom, we anticipate this to be the Judas swing because now we're coming down to, you know what I'm saying, this sell side down here. Right. So we're anticipating this to be the Judas swing because we had the tight consolidation. Then right from midnight up until, you know what I'm saying, this right here, 2 o'clock candle, right? It just sold off, right? So we anticipating that to be the Judas swing. And then we come over here and wick down one more time. Did not get that low over there, but we got below that one, right? And then look at there. Bob's your uncle, right? That was the Judas swing right there. We came down, wicked off. It came down here. One more time, yonked out them right there. Then took off. So when we see the Judas swing here, we anticipating this to be the Judas swing. So we drop lower and start looking for our entry, right? That's the regular protraction, right? That's looking for the regular protraction, right? This is the regular. And for anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, protraction is the Judas swing. Okay, Marcia, enough screen time. Protraction is the Judas swing, right? That, but ICT call it the regular London protraction. So for regular, the market profile for what Marcia and I are talking about, he got profile names for him, and it's the regular London protraction where he's looking for the Judas swing, going into I just got a text message. It say my brother crazy. My niece sent a picture of some puppies in the in the cage. Y'all know I got to share it now. I wish I was on my MacBook so I could just airdrop it to myself. But since I'm not, I got to put it on my But anyway, ICT, he be looking for the Judas swing going into the London, meaning he looking for that low that's made going into the London. He's anticipating that to be the low of the day. He's anticipating that to be the low of the day in this case, because you had the small consolidation, the sell-off immediately after midnight, and making a low around 2 o'clock or so, right? Making it around 2 o'clock or so. And he's anticipating the low that's made in this time frame right there. Because see, there's the low. Actual low was made at 4, but he's looking for this entire down move here. Whatever low is made in the London, right? He's anticipating that to be the low of the day. So we had the Judas swing here, and then that's the low made during London right there. So he's anticipating this London low to be the low of the day, right? And the only difference between the regular protraction and the delayed protraction is this consolidation would come all the way out to like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then this sell-off right here, or buy up, that we just talk about sell-offs at this time, just flip it for the other way, right? This won't happen until 2 or 3. So like the midnight line would be like here, and then the consolidation would continue out to there, and then the move would start to come down, and then whatever low was made in the London would be anticipated as the low of the day, right? So the only difference would be the consolidation would just stretch out a little bit further, and then the sell-off or the buy up would start around 2-ish, 2:30-ish. It won't start immediately after from midnight straight on, or 12:30 straight on. It'll start around 2:30 before it starts making that Judas swing. And just like that, God will provide. Oh, I'm supposed to be putting the thing on my Dropbox so I can show y'all this picture. So I can show y'all this picture saved to Dropbox. My niece sent the picture. She sent the text. And she sent the text. It was like, he trying to get picked up for real, for real. That's what the that's what the post said. And then my little brother, he texted, he said, what is this doing here? Get out of here. He said, sex symbol, most eligible bachelor. Let me show you. It's a dog. It's a puppy. It's some dogs in a kennel. They say that boy tried to get picked up for real, for real. Drop bizzle. Drop it like it's hard. Drop. Get out of here. So that boy tried to look at it. Look at it. Look at Peppy. Look at Peppy. They say he tried to get picked up for real, for real. Look at that. And look how the dogs back here looking. Look how they looking. Look at their face. Look at their face. That boy tried to get picked up for real, for real. Hey, look here, man. If you lonely, if you get lonely. Hey, man. Hey, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Marcia and anybody else who may have had a question on that. Hopefully, I was able to share my insight on how I see it to help clarify or demystify anything. Again, we've moved into the phase of looking at why is this price moving like it's moving. It's no, we ain't on no more. Hey, it came here, it did that, it came. We breaking down, we going through the price, looking at why is it moving like this. You know what I'm saying? Why? And I mean, you know, I still got to do my own personal trading. So it's like I'm gonna try to give as much as I can in the time frame, but it's time to we've been sustaining long enough. You know what I'm saying? We hit the gym, we got in shape, we've been sustaining. Now it's time to break that plateau. It's time to. I told y'all, man, at the beginning of the year, I said, man, I'm gonna be reading these candles just as good, if not better than Michael J. Huddleston, right? And I feel good about my price action reading capabilities right now. It's time to put when I was in the military, right? If you ran it on your PT test, if you ran your 2 miles in 14 minutes, right? If you ran your 2 miles in 14 minutes on the day of the test, when you went to run, you didn't get in the 7 to 9 minute mile group. You didn't get in that 7 to 9 minute mile group. But Tim, I ran my 2 miles in 14 minutes, so I'm running 7 miles a minute, 7 minutes a mile. I know that, but guess what they do? They put you in the group that runs faster. Why? Because it's time to break through that plateau. They want you to run it in 13. They want you to run it in 12. Oh, it's good you running it in 14, but the commander trying to say, hey, look at my troops. All my troops maxed out their PT. So when you running during PT, physical training, for those who don't know what PT is, when you're running, and PT is preparing you for your PT test. So when you're training, if you run 14 minutes on your test, they're putting you in the group with people who run 12 minutes. Anything less than 14 minutes, you're in the group with them. So you out there with some jackals. It's time to run with the jackals, baby. Ain't no slow motion running no more. It's 2023. You feel me? We start, when runners start out, they be running like this right here. And as they run, they start to bring their body up. And when they get in full stride, they be like this right here. It's time to get here, man. We started here. We was running. We started coming up, but we here now. So it's time to drop that head back and go. You hear me? You feel me? It's time to pow. It's time to push. Yes, baby. Yes. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. One more time for the road. If you get lonely. Hey, man, I'll see y'all tonight at 6:30 for the price action recap, man. If you go trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take copious notes so you can go back and study what you saw today. If you found value in this video, please press like and please share it with somebody who you think will find value in it. Again, it's never been about a money grab for me. I'm just here to share my journey, share my experience, and hopefully help somebody get their aha moment. You hear me? I'll see y'all tonight, man. Gone.